I'm making this video because a lot of people commented about how they noticed the quality of my videos has gotten a lot higher. So I thought in this video I would tell you about that. So awesome. This video is brought to you by all my Patreon supporters. Go Team Awesome! By the way, all the cameras and equipment and stuff that I use for my videos, the list is located, the Amazon affiliate links are located in the information section below. You can click on those, and if you like it, you can buy it as well, and that would also help support my channel. Yay! And as you noticed by the title, I'm going to be focusing on the newest camera I got, the DJI Osmo Pocket. So if you want to hear only strictly about that, then you can skip to that. I'll leave the time link or chapter or whatever in the information section below. But if you want to see what my footage used to look like with my older camera and the progression and how much in quality it's increased, and also some of the other stuff I use, then you should definitely not skip ahead and watch all of this. First of all, for those of you who've been following my channel since like 2009 when I first started making videos, I can't believe you're still here, and thank you very much for watching. But at that time, I didn't know anything about YouTube. I didn't know about anything about editing really, and I didn't even have a real video camera. I was using the Fuji FinePix camera, I think it was called. It was a digital camera, and it had an option to shoot videos up to 3 minutes. And because it didn't have a flip display, I couldn't really see what I was filming, and I used to film in the bathroom, so I could see the reflection in the mirror, as you'll notice in this video that I'll show you right now. Costumes, a lot of, I'm not gonna say nerds, but a lot of people who are really into manga. As you can tell, that's pretty shitty quality. But as time went on and the more I started filming videos, I realized I think I like this hobby, and I think I want to continue it. So I decided I should invest in a real camera, and that's when I got the Sony HandyCam. It was actually really good. I liked the camera a lot because, of course, it was 1080p and the video was a lot clearer and you could take longer videos. But something I didn't really like about it was that there was no external place to put a camera. So I couldn't plug a camera into it. And also it was very shaky. So it didn't have the stabilization features that newer cameras do. Here's some footage that I took using the HandyCam. So from a very small station called Keisei Okubo, we walked. Finally, I did some research and I saved up a lot of money, and I decided I want to get a mirrorless camera. And I wanted the GH4, but I couldn't afford it. So I went for the thing kind of one below, which is the G7. I actually use it to this day, and the camera I'm talking to right now is my G7. Here, let me show you. Sorry, this mirror is a bit dirty, but you can probably, there you go, you can see my camera. There you go, it's on a little tripod, and it's the Lumix G7. It's actually a really good camera, and it does shoot in 4K, and you can tell the difference in quality from HandyCam, both in sound and video quality. So here's a clip of a video I've made using my G7.
Okay?
Yeah. 60 Taiwanese dollars. Oh, you put it in there. So I was doing well with G7 because I actually really like this camera, but I did notice that anytime I took it outside, first of all, it was really heavy. When I was walking with my camera pointed at me, carrying it, it's actually a pretty heavy camera, and it's really bulky, so it's kind of hard to get an angle. So that was kind of one of the problems I had with taking this camera outdoors. Another thing was the stabilization. Even though this has automatic stabilization, it doesn't really work, and I've been getting lots of comments over the years of how shaky my footage is. So it's either the camera has really bad stabilization or my body is just really weak. Probably both. So I realized I really need a camera that I can use outdoor that's a lot smoother, and a lot of people were telling me to get a gimbal. I thought I would hold off on the gimbal because I need to get a phone anyway, and I just upgraded my phone instead. I actually like the camera on my phone. It shoots really well for pictures. For video, it's also really good, but maybe it's because the settings, I haven't figured them out, or maybe I haven't put them on like professional settings, but the lighting is not very good, so it's very hard to shoot the darkness and lightness contrast. And also the stabilization for some reason is not as smooth as I thought it would be. amazing. So I need to get a camera that actually has a gimbal. So I was actually gonna get a gimbal and add it to my smartphone and have like the whole setup. But I also realized one of the reasons I don't want to have a gimbal is because it's kind of bulky and big, and you gotta attach it to your phone, and I felt like it's a lot of like moving parts, and it wasn't what I wanted because I already had a G7, so I wanted something very small and compact. Enter DJI Osmo Pocket. So I decided to get my DJI Osmo Pocket. Reason number one, of course, is because like the name says, pocket. It's very small, it's very compact. In fact, this is the camera, this is the cover, and it's a very slim, very small. Press the button, and it's on. You can press it once to take a photo, and you press it. I just took a photo, or you can press it again to video. And I'm taking a video of Maple now. If I move this up, right, but I want it to recenter, I can press it twice. And it recenters, there you go. This is perfect for me to take around when I'm vlogging anywhere in Japan. I can keep it in my pocket or in my bag or whatever, and literally pull it out and start shooting right away. Reason number two is this is 2-in-1. It's not just a camera, it's also a gimbal. It does what a gimbal would do, and you know, it follows you, and it's very smooth. Here's a clip of some footage I took when I went to Odaiba. The footage is really smooth, and I like that even if you walk pretty fast or if you move around, like move the camera around, it's still pretty smooth to the eye. It's actually very, very nice and smooth. Reason three is the price. I needed a camera that wouldn't cost me thousands of dollars, but still shot very high-end 4K and looked very professional, which it does because of the gimbal. And this camera was pretty cheap. This camera was less than $300. So here's some more things that I really like about the DJI Osmo Pocket, besides it being small, cheap, and having a gimbal. The camera can flip screens easily, so I can switch between the two while I vlog, and I can see myself, so it's perfect for vlogging outdoors. So as you can see, it's filming me right now. On the screen you can see the camera lens is this way, but if I just press this 3 times in a row, 1, 2, 3, it flips towards the camera, towards you. You can shoot in 4K, 2K, 1080p, and you can shoot in 60 frames per second, 50, 48, 30, 25, 24. There's a slow motion function that really makes the footage look amazing and clear despite being slowed down. So I took this footage when I went to a restaurant called TY Harbor, and I was just filming in slow motion, taking a video of my friends, and it looked really nice. You can also choose between time-lapse, motion-lapse, and hyperlapse. I really like the motion-lapse because you can choose 0.1, you can choose 0.2, and then just press record, and it automatically moves slowly based on the intervals you chose. And that's it, you just press record and wait and watch it go. Here's a couple of time lapses I've taken with the DJI Osmo. So another thing I actually like is you can download the free app, the DJI Osmo app. It connects your phone to the Osmo, which you can then use your phone to see a bigger display screen, and you can actually control the camera like a remote control, like you would a drone. There's one for the iPhone or one for the Androids. I have an Android, so you just pull it out like that, right? And then you just plug it into your phone like that. It's called DJI Mimo, so it'll connect to your DJI Mimo. So there you go, that's the app. And if you go to the camera, there you go, it's already setting up. As you can see, it's looking at what I'm looking at here. And then, like I said, you can make the camera go up or down or all around, wherever you want it to go. There's my room. So it's actually a very handy app and attachment. The battery life is also very good on this camera. I charge it and it usually lasts around 2 hours or so. But one thing that's cool about it is you can use the same charger that you would use on your smartphone. So if you have one of those like battery things, those power bars, you can actually keep it attached to the camera and then just run off that. So it could last 2 hours plus whatever you have on that battery pack. And another cool thing about this is you can shoot like in automatic for regular, or you can do pro settings. So here are the settings. You can change it to the kind of screen you want to see. The focus, this is where you put it to pro, it's unpro and pro. Put on pro now, so which means now there's a little pro that pops up here. So if you press on that, this is where you can change the color to like D-cinema like or normal color. You can change the white balance, and there's different options, sunny, cloudy, whatever. There's also exposure. So this is where if you put it on manual, you can change stuff around. Like I said, I don't understand how to make the flickering go away, so I'm sure it has something to do with something here. The gimbal has 3 different functions, so I thought that was handy as well. So here's the 3 examples of the gimbal. The first one is follow. You can choose where you want it to hit. So for example, if you aim it at my dog Maple and you press record, it will kind of follow along where you want it to go. It'll stick to the object that you want it to follow. The next option is tilt lock. So the good thing about this one is if it's tilt locked, if you've had it on an object and you have it pointed at a certain thing, even if you bring the camera up, it'll still keep it pointed at the right thing. So it's kind of like good even if you bring the camera up or down, or you move it like this, right? It keeps it balanced and locked on that specific angle. So I can hold it like a flashlight and then I can just like keep moving. And the third option is FPV. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it actually is almost like not having a gimbal almost. It follows like, it just like follows the camera the way you want it to go. It doesn't do that like staying in one place thing. It kind of moves along with the way you want it to go. So almost like non-gimbal-ish, but it's still pretty smooth. Okay, now some things I don't really like about this camera. Much like my HandyCam, there's no external place to plug in a microphone. Apparently there's a new add-on that you could attach a microphone that way, but I don't have that part. So just the camera itself, it doesn't have anywhere to plug in a microphone. But the good thing is, as long as you're not in a really like noisy or like a windy area, the sound is pretty good because there's a microphone here and a microphone down there. So it's not, as long as you're not holding the camera like this or like this, as long as you're holding the camera pretty decently, it should be able to pick up sound whether you're this way or this way. So yeah, either way, but the quality is probably good. And the best part about this video is probably the stability, because I'm using a new camera. Yay! I finally got a new camera. Also, the low light is not very good on this. It's really hard to figure that out. And one thing I've been having a problem with, even though there's a setting for like removing flicker or whatever, I'm still getting that flickering of like the billboards or the computer screens or like the bus display screens. And I've been playing around with the features. I've changed like the different like manual settings, but I still can't figure it out. And then when it starts flickering, I try to play around with stuff here, but I can't seem to really figure out what I'm doing. So any help would be appreciated. So on my G7, I know how to get rid of it and I can change the manual settings, but on this, I can't seem to be able to do that. So I'm not sure if because I'm not doing it properly or just because it doesn't have the capability to completely get rid of that like flickering effect. And the final thing that I didn't really think about until after I got it was that this camera has an internal battery, so you can't remove the battery and put a new battery in, which means that once that battery no longer can charge and loses complete power no matter how much you charge it, this thing is pretty much useless. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping the battery is really strong and it lasts me like 10 years or whatever, or that they have a new way to like replace the battery somehow, but as of now I don't think there is a way, because there's no way to pull out a battery. Anyway, I've only been using the DJI Osmo Pocket for about a month because I just got it, and I'm still playing around with the effects. Some people have been giving me good advice. If you have any advice about shooting, watch my other videos I made using it. I made one of Odaiba, of a restaurant called TY Harbor, and of the city in Chiba called Sawara. I'll link those in the information as well. Watch those videos, tell me what you think you liked, what you didn't like, and what you think I could do to improve. Anyway, that's pretty much the review on the DJI Osmo Pocket, as well as some information on the other cameras I use. Also, one more thing, I ordered some ND filters and a wide angle lens for my DJI Osmo. Once it arrives in the mail, I will probably make another video showing that, and hopefully that'll take care of some of the issues about lighting or flickering or whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and share. And if you do like my videos, and if you do like my channel, there's a few ways to help me grow. One is to become a Patreon member. For as little as $1, you can get some bonus videos or footage that's not released on YouTube. Second is you can go to the affiliate links that I have down there of the stuff that I use for making videos, and you can click on any of those, and whether you buy any of that equipment or buy anything else without any cost to you, it helps me. Amazon gives me a cut, and that helps me a lot as well. And the third way is you can join NordVPN, and if you use the code OzzyAwesome, you can get 70% off of a plan, and you can get, I think, 1 month free as well. And that NordVPN allows you to basically surf the net securely, and you can choose the region you want to be in. For example, Netflix, you can watch videos on Netflix from a different region than where you are. So little things like that, plus a high-end security, can also help you out. And of course, liking my video, commenting, and sharing my video as well. Well, that's it for the review and plugging my channel and me. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because my videos are awesome. OzzyAwesome. Take care and see you next time. Peace.